Okay, today we're going to look at functions and trying to determine if something is a function or isn't a function. I have a very loose definition of function right here, and we'll tighten up that definition in a moment. Right now, I just want you to know that a function is a certain type of relation. It is a specific name that we give to certain groups of ordered pairs. So what I want you to think about before we get any deeper into what's a function is these three questions. Oops, I have some answers down there. The instructions say determine whether, I'm supposed to say or, determine whether or not each of these business models is economically sound. So here's my first one. We're going to think about this as an input and this as an output, and you are behind somehow. Okay. Um, and this is an output at the dollar store. So, for instance, in the cash register, if you input candy at the dollar store, at the register, the output's going to say it's $1. You input pens at the register, output says it's $1. You input detergent at the dollar store, output again is $1. Now, my question to you is that economically sound? And the answer is yes, that's how the dollar store works. So that's good. Next question, if you go to Kroger, which is a store in our area, if you scan at the self-scan checkout candy and it comes out $2.59, does that work? Sure it does. If you scan pens and it comes out $4.75, is that okay? Sure. And if you scan detergent and it comes out $4.75, is that okay? The answer again is yes, that's just fine. Some things have the same price just coincidentally, and that's okay. So this is a business model that is economically sound. Now we look over here. Suppose you go to the self-service gas pump and you look at the price of gas. Now, you look at one pump and the first pump says regular gas is $1.59, and then you go to a second pump and the second pump says that gas is $1.69. Is that okay? And the answer is no. That's not good. You cannot have in a good economically sound business model an input giving you two different outputs. If you did that and somebody was at this pump getting $1.59 a gallon for gas, another person was at this pump getting $1.69 a gallon for gas, then it's going to cause some problems. So this is an example of not a function. Our basic idea of function: a function is a group of ordered pairs in which each element of the input, the x values, the domain, whatever you want to call about the first bubble, is paired with exactly one element of the output, the y values, or the range. So if I have a domain here of -2, 3, 5, this can only go to one item over here. Doesn't matter what it is, could be anything. This can go to the same guy, that's fine. That's kind of what I call the dollar store example, as long as 3 doesn't go anywhere else. And then finally, some element of the input can go to another item over here. The only thing that we can't have with -2, 3, and 5 is having something of the nature of -2 goes here and it goes here as well. Let me steal these guys. If -2 goes to the smiley sometimes and to the star other times, that's bad. My last example of this is secret codes. A good secret code is a function. When I look up here, this is my my decoder. When I look at this symbol, my eyes take me over here and know that the S is the only answer I can get for that symbol. As I look at this symbol, that takes me here, and I know that this is the only the only output I can get. And this is a good secret code. I think this one says secret code breaker if you get it all. A bad secret code is if I have this V dot and I'm wondering which of these two is my output. It could be S, it could be W, I don't know. If my input goes to two outputs, it is not a function, and it's a pretty lousy secret code. Okay, so that's a short explanation of what a function is and what a function is not.